Well, hello everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Live at the Waterhole. My name's Kelly. I'm back and I'm going to be with you for the next couple of hours. That's rather loud birds. Please do all remember we are live and we are very much interactive. Oh, that's a very pregnant looking zebra there at Nkoro Bush Lodge. So please send in your thoughts, your questions. Please join the conversation on X using hashtag WildEarth or scan the QR code that's currently there on your screens. I love hearing from everyone, finding out where you are in the world. It's very cool that we can contact everyone across the globe. Send your questions and comments through on WhatsApp, +27 786 302 336. There's some very hard leaning going on there with these zebras at Nkoro. And unless I am very much mistaken, she does look quite pregnant. You often see zebras, they will stand nose to tail. Same with horses. Horses do the same thing. Often grooming, flicking the flies away from their faces, nose to tail. But they actually look like they're just having a bit of a snooze there. Beautiful weather here in the Lowveld. I'm really enjoying this winter weather at the moment. The light, certainly here and also on some of these cameras, is absolutely beautiful. That lovely soft winter light. It's about 27 here today, so I would assume fairly similar here at Nkoro Bush Lodge. Up there in the northern Sabi Sands, probably about 90 minutes from where I am now. Pizza Man, hello everyone. Hello back to you, Pizza Man. Looks like you might be having a cup of coffee. Julian Thomas. Hello, Julian. Hi, everyone, indeed. Thank you for checking in, Julian Thomas. Deb Davis, hi from Pennsylvania, US. It's great to be back, Deb Davis. Thank you so much for checking in. It's always a pleasure. Fuzzy Dunlop, happy Thirsty Thursdays. Fuzzy Dunlop, happy Thirsty Thursdays to you as well. Oh, hi, Penelope Kenyon. It's still in a heat wave, 30 degrees. There on the coast in KZN. Hot with a dry wind. And South Namibia having rain. And now snow. What's going on? Penelope Kenyon, I've got no idea. I've actually just got back from a trip to the UK. And it hit 31 degrees in England. So yeah, not sure what is going on with the world's weather. These wildebeest at Nkoro also settling down to have a afternoon nap by the looks of it. Joanne Mello, happy Thursday, Wild Earth and Kelly. Happy Thursday, Joanne Mello. Thank you so much for joining us. Penelope, I missed you too. You're saying hello to everyone. I missed you all too. It's such a joy to be back on these cameras to find out what's been happening. I'm very excited to see what developments we've had recently. Catherine, you also love the winter colours. I had an amazing, I actually had a great friend visiting from the UK a while ago, and I was out in the bush and it was 4:30 and I stopped and I checked the time and I went, how beautiful is this soft afternoon light? It's absolutely stunning, these winter colours and the russets and the browns, and it's very stark, but I'm enjoying winter very much this year. And I'm sure lots of these animals are too. Slightly cooler conditions. We did get a little bit of slightly later rain, maybe up here at Nkoro as well. I know we certainly did here, which will give the animals a little bit more sustenance to maybe get them a bit get them through the dry winter months a little bit more easily, fingers crossed. If anyone is joining us from Johannesburg, I was in Johannesburg yesterday morning, and wow, it's really cold in Johannesburg this time of year. So anyone in Johannesburg, please let us know. Let us know where you are and what you are currently wearing in your house in the middle of the day, because yeah, Joburg temperatures, I was stunned and very happy to be making my way back north again. Mayesh Essay, hello, thank you very much for joining us. Zebras are indeed very photogenic and lovely with them in that pose as well. I agree, very photogenic. I like them to line up straight though, Mayesh. I like a nice straight line of zebras. All the lines, and yeah. Always beautiful to photograph though. Lucy Cody, you're asking, what do zebras do when they're scared? It would depend. They would start off by certainly paying more attention to something before they got... Are they terrapins? They're terrapins on a hippo. Look at that. That hippo must have been still for quite a while. I would love to know anyone that's been watching these cameras. I would assume this... I've seen it a few times, terrapins resting on a hippo, but it's not very... See, that hippo's definitely alive. Hi. I see your nose. What? That terrapin at the back looks a bit precarious. Looks like he's about to go down a water slide. I have seen it a few times when the hippo sort of ducks and the terrapins just sort of float up. But yes, seems no one is too worried. Yeah, Lucy, sorry, I got sidetracked with terrapins on a hippo. They'll certainly start by paying attention to whatever it is, and they'll try and work out what the threat may or may not be. That's how they would start.
My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently.
The Wild Earth Impact Foundation is a non-profit that uses the power of wildlife storytelling as a force for good. We create sustainable development projects that showcase conservation stories, empower people, and inspire environmental action. As a registered South African PBO, you can make a tax-deductible donation to the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. To find out more, visit our website.
cat with a male lipid.
In that grass, not as much, but the same as horses are fed hay, which is dried grass. So it's not that there's no food. There's less moisture. Oh, shame. Look at that zebra. Looks like it might be bitten or something. There's definitely a fly bothering that zebra there. There's still some green on those trees there as well, at coral. Some of these trees are, and they will retain their leaves, they'll be evergreen. Mercedes Bean greeting Wild Earth crew and chatters. Happy Thursday from CEO. Hello Mercedes Bean, I hope you are well. Catherine saying hi Kelly and Mika. Thank you very much for joining us, Catherine, and for checking in. Joanna, yes, beautiful image. I think it was you sent that through with those terrapins on that hippo. That's a very cool thing to see. Nice bit of a... Well, the hippo is probably not getting much benefit from those terrapins, so maybe it's not technically symbiosis. But I would love to go over to El Doño, and I think we may have a visitor there who I'm very, very excited to see. Wow, I've never seen this elephant on this camera, not live anyway. Jeepers, look at this 1 ton boy. He's not, I'm going to stay here a while because I would love to see his, but he doesn't look like a massive elephant from this angle. Obviously those tusks are insane. I mean, he's obviously is a big elephant. I'm definitely going to hang around here a while and see if we can get a shot of his... I mean, this one that's looking at us now, he's got a very broad... I look at the broadness of trunks, sort of between those tusks. And I'm going to be interested to see this 1 ton's body full on. But I've never seen this this stunning boy on one of these live cameras. So what an absolute treat. Ollie the Oxpecker, you're saying it's 17 degrees in Josie. Yeah, it was 5 degrees when I got in my car. That's no fun for me these days. Ollie the Oxpecker, keep your jumper on. I'm just watching. I'm interested in this interaction as well. Let's watch this body language. See that elephant on the right is bigger? I think. I don't know what you all think. But of course tusk size is often genetic, so it's not necessarily related. And even also this other one that's coming. To me that looks like a larger elephant, if you know what I mean. But those tusks are crazy big. Spas, hello, thank you for joining us. It's good to be back, and indeed was lovely to start with those zebras there on coral. With the hippo with the terrapins on, I agree. What a lovely start. But I'm just observing these elephants here. Jive Bunny, hello. From a southwest UK, did I? Yeah, I was in the southwest UK. I was actually in Dorset briefly. It's good to be back home. And thank you for thinking of me when you watching Oliphants there. Mr. HUAE 87, Mr. 1 Ton and friends indeed joining for a drink. Oh, Penelope, thank you for that update. You saw him monopolising the inflow pipe. Oh, Catherine, you say lost a lot of condition over the last year after his tusk injury. Yeah, that would make sense. But there's no, I mean, all these elephants will know exactly what's going on here. All these boys, when they get together, people often have I'm thinking canine stuff now, of how dominance works. Dominance in animals isn't necessarily all about aggression. No one wants to have a fight with anyone else. And these elephants, if there was a proper fight between these elephants, someone's going to get badly injured. It's a constant stream of communication between these animals. And just because he's got the longest tusks, it wouldn't necessarily make him the most dominant. And you know, hierarchy in the animal kingdom ebbs and flows. And Catherine, as you say, he's lost a lot of condition over the last year. Could that have changed his status in this group? Absolutely. But check how all these giants are just peacefully coexisting. Spas, yes, I agree. The tuskers here at Old Donyu are incredible. He is an absolute legend. Okay, now see, this is an interaction. That was also, see what's going to happen here. Okay, it looks like 3 are giving way, but Old 1 Ton is having other ideas. You see how, So you see how the 3 others sort of backed down from that one that was coming in? The one coming in didn't chase them away, just his presence. And they turned, they moved away from the water a bit, but Old 1 Ton, loss of condition or not, seems to have other ideas. And see this one closest to us now? Okay, I hear you. Wow, that's super interesting. Oh, okay. This new arrival isn't. That wasn't drinking, was it? This is all gesturing. Okay, well, this might get a bit heated here. Floppy ear and 1 Ton. You. You don't see that very often. Oh, I nearly said a bad word then. That was, see now. See, that didn't go in. Well, I think I said just because he's just that I've just got comms in my ear saying that looks so painful. It did, but you know, I was saying just because he's got the longest tusks, it doesn't necessarily mean he's top of this hierarchy. I think in this case that probably demonstrates that it is. You don't see interactions like that with elephants very often, hey? That it's dangerous when these guys collide. Penelope Kenyon, oh my, yeah, I said something similar. That's a different elephant. That's his buddy. Pizza Man. I don't think that tusk penetrated, but that was a solid clarification of feelings. And interesting how that other elephant dropped down. I don't know if he dropped down to sort of protect his softer parts, maybe. Julian Thomas, yes, that was intense. I honestly wasn't expecting that to happen. But you could see that other elephant with the floppy ear, the other 3 elephants backed away. They didn't run away, they just slowly moved their bodies to the side. And one ton just went, I'll be staying here, thanks. Jive Bunny, yeah, probably how one ton got his face injured.
I met this remarkable rhino bull, whose name is Samson, last year in a place of extraordinary beauty, history and story. I'm going back there to see him in October, and I think you should come with me to his mysterious mountain fastness.
I get to wake up every morning and go out there and look for cats. I get to create my everyday safari for myself. I grew up in the sort of central eastern suburbs of Johannesburg, fully qualified trails guide and a fully qualified nature conservationist. I love the wild places. I love being in the wilderness. It's probably one of the best jobs I've ever had and probably ever could have. Welcome to Safari Spotlight. We'll be
And you pretend like you're a salesman, eh?
Got no idea what's going on this reserve.
Expecting the unexpected. Are we stuck down there? What am I trying to do?
We have another giant of Mabula.
That was incredible.
This is unbelievable.
It's going to be a spectacular afternoon.
If you love watching Wild Earth, here's a little tip. You'll gain access to the channel ad-free. You can rewind and rewatch sightings and gain access to our live Tuesday safaris. There's also behind-the-scenes videos, fireside chats, and every Safari Live episode, whenever it suits you. It's just the best way to connect with nature.
And has this other big male, has he just arrived? So this elephant that's closest to us now is the floppy ear that just got a good smack off one ton. Dark Main Lover, hello. See, look, this guy close to his foot underneath his belly. That elephant foot was also very still. I think we might get a little bit more interaction here. Sorry, Dark Main Lover, hello. It's great to be back on these cameras, and yeah, that was. See this now, this elephant on the left here. He was very still. Just then, it's this floppy head guy that's causing the problems. Let's see what happens now. One ton has made his sort of way. See, back, first elephant back down, second elephant back down. The one in the middle now, he's gone very still. So he's having a think. That foot's lifted. This floppy is causing problems here. It's not. That's not his name. I've just called him that. Jean Grove, afternoon. You're asking, does every animal have an alpha among them? I did just briefly mention it's animal hierarchy is fluid. Same with our domestic dogs. It will change, it will ebb, it will flow. Normally in a group like this, it's not even one particular animal for sort of a set amount of time. It's very fluid. Animal hierarchy is fluid. I know lions, they will, if there's two brothers, the brothers will often know who gets primary mating rights. Does that mean he's the alpha or higher ranking? I prefer to say higher ranking than alpha, because alpha to me suggests that someone's at the top and they stay there, and that's that. At that time, that one male lion will be the higher ranking individual, or will be higher up the hierarchy at that time. So it depends. It depends, Jean, and often things change depending on resources, depending on breeding, water availability. There's lots of fluctuations to it. I think the two to watch here is that floppy here at the back, and then the male on the far left here. Jive Bunny, I saw that when that giraffe got skewered by an elephant. I actually watched that. I've seen that clip a few times. At my essay, yes, that little interaction did make me jump as well. Oh, I hope this camera holds for us. This is fascinating. Dark Main Lover, it's an absolute pleasure, and yes, elephant, all elephants, all animals can be unpredictable. David, hello, thank you for joining the party. Hello Wilder, Team Zoomies chatters. It's fine, you're a little bit late to the party, as long as you're here, that's the main thing, David. Mr. Ellie Mental, Ellie's being mental. I like that a lot. Catherine, thank you very much. Exact age not known, estimated early 50s. You saw him 20 years ago and he was already impressive. Wow, so you've got a really close bond to this, not bond, it's a bit much, a close connection to this elephant. Yeah, Joanna, It seems to have settled, but interesting. One ton sort of went, nope, not having that, and he's left. Whether or not he's no longer prepared to get involved in any rubbish, which I can completely relate to. And he's made his way off. But I'd like to stay here a bit longer, because this one at the back, I know the camera is a little bit, if we struggle with the camera, we will move. But I'd love to persevere and see if there's any more interactions from that floppy-eared male who got a good hard smack from old One Ton. Oh, Jive Bunny, was there a warthog incident as well? I didn't see that one. Peter Jordan, that interaction was the first time I've seen an elephant go for another elephant using his tusks and with intent. A couple of days back, you saw 2 males in must charge each other. It was certainly a hard, firm, stern warning, but it stopped quite quickly. I think if he really wanted to, that elephant sort of leant to the side, and I'm sure that would have been to protect his sort of softer flank, sort of that groin underbelly area. It was a definite underbelly shot, but it dissipated quite quickly. So whether or not it was a really, see, look, this is this floppy male again, he's mirroring that other elephant at the back, but this guy side onto us with his ear facing us is the one that caused the oh no, I thought that was One Ton coming back. So brutal but so gentle at the same time. Is this going to be a little... I want to hang around and see if One Ton comes back. This is a lot of elephant to be in one place at one time. Oh, Penelope, did you see can you see a wound there? Sorry, there's loads of messages coming through. I'm not keeping up with them very well. I did not see that wound, Penelope. FC, if you could go back and, I don't know if you could find me a screenshot of that. I haven't seen that wound, but if you can see it, I completely trust you. But it will be on the other side. See, look, that's this boy. This is the one in the middle now with this floppy ear. Okay, so we've got a couple of people saying they can't see anything, and a couple of people say they can see something. Which side would it have been on? Ah, no, camera's come back. I'm gonna keep looking. I'd like to stay here a little bit longer and find out if that did actually puncture that elephant.
My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently.
Best sighting I've presented. I found myself with wild dogs. We chased the dogs around, chased them around they ate an impala. We got the end of that. Then another impala went into Gowrie Dam down the road there, and the wild dogs went around. Eventually the impala came close to the bank. One wild dog went and grabbed it and then just pulled it out and just did what wild dogs do. It was an emotional experience, but it was very, very special.
That zebra is very, very brave under these circumstances. Penelope Kenyon, was it the one? It wasn't. It was the one with the flopped over ear, I think, that was involved in that interaction. Can you just remind me what side he would have been potentially injured on? Whether it was the floppy ear side or the other side, or have I completely missed this? I thought it was the one with the bent over cartilage, which I think is the one second from the left. These zebra are very brave. Well, they're probably very thirsty. Sorry for these camera wibbles. Oh, I can't see what's going on here now at all. Okay, if this is Marinda Zumi is saying it's the elephant on the far right of the waterhole, which would be the one with the torn ear. I thought it was the one with the cartilage that was causing all the problems. I must admit, I was actually looking at more whether or not the tusks were going in or where they would be going in, or trying to see rather than remembering who it was. No, okay. Well, I thought it was the one with the floppy cartilage, but if you guys are saying it was the one with the torn ear, I completely concur. These zebra must be very thirsty. Shame there's lots of tussling going on here. Penelope, I was the one with the torn ear. I see what you're looking at. If you're looking at the elephant on the right, so the far right of the screen now, almost with a hole punched hole out of his ear, I did see what you were looking at. It did look like there was sort of a dimple. Just sort of above, on a horse you'd call it a stifle, so sort of where the back thigh bone. Okay. So Penelope, you're saying it's the torn ear, not the floppy ear? and I see what you were looking at. It was sort of at the top of his stuff. Okay, come forward a little bit. Elephant on the right. So I'm now going to try and check the elephant on the far right of the screen. I saw what you were looking at. I see what you're looking at. That looks like a, yeah. I feel like that, and I see what you're looking at, that sort of indent. That looks like a fold to me. I can't see any bleeding there. But I'm not, it may well be. I'm going to go back and rewatch this. I can't rewind or anything any more than anyone else can. I thought it was the one with the floppy ear, but yeah, it was very quick. I was watching one ton rather than who it actually was. But I am back tomorrow, so what I'm going to do is go and have a look and rewatch it, and I might actually make a few notes on exactly how I think that interaction went down. But it was very quick. Okay, let's go across to camel thorn. We will come back here and continue to discuss the great debate of the 1 ton. I'm going to call it interaction. Let's call it that. But in the meantime, let's go across to camel thorn. Oh, I just need to. Oh wow! That is a lot of hippos. I don't think I've seen this camera before. So yeah, anyone that says hippos don't come out of the water during the day, they definitely do. I don't recognize this camera. I don't feel like I've seen this camera before. But I'm just trying to work out what's going on here, to be honest. I'm trying to work out what these hippos are doing. I would expect them, if they were sunbathing, to be sort of resting. This is definitely a brand new camera for me. And that's a super steep bank up there. So I think this is only a couple of weeks old, this camera. So we've all got a lot of learning to do together. Oh, Penelope, there was about 70 the other day. Oh, Julian Thomas, thank you so much for rewatching that. I can't do it, so thank you. You just rewatched Aldonio, and it was the floppy-eared one that 1 ton attacked, and no obvious injury. Okay, cool. I thought so, but it was very, very fast. So thank you for going back and rewatching and feeding back to me, Julian Thomas. Hugely, hugely appreciated. They do. We know they've got very, very thick skin, but they're also very, very big tusks. But we will definitely keep an eye. Jive Bunny, it's a new camera. How exciting! I'm super happy to get involved and have a new camera, but I'm trying to work out what's happening here. So you said there was about 70 the other day. This just looks like slightly unusual behaviour to me. They're loitering for something. They're not like laying down. Often hippos, if they're out of the water during the day, they will lay down on their sides or rest. It looks like they've either just done something or they're about to do something. Oh, and Limbury also rewatched 1 ton attacked floppy-eared bull. Yeah, I thought that's what happened. Wildlife lady, thank you for joining. It doesn't matter that you're late. The important thing is that you're here. But I don't know what's going on here. It does. Lira, the hippos are having a meeting about the ongoing water issue. Yeah, this is... I've never seen hippos do this. It feels odd to me. Maybe they've developed some sort of agreement that because there's not much water, then no one goes in. Are they eating something? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know anything about this location. Oh. There you go. Penelope Kenyon, thank you very much. Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. During the drought last year, people were bringing in bales of hay to feed these hippos. Okay, that I was just about to say. It almost looks like they're waiting for something. And they are. But I didn't want to say, you know, maybe they've been fed or something without knowing anything whatsoever about this location. But my intuition was indeed correct. Thank you for confirming that, Penelope Kenyon. It's hugely appreciated. Hi Tracy, you're saying it looks like there is an oily patch slick in the water and they don't want to go in, so they're on the bank instead. My resolution on my computer is not good enough to pick that up, but the feeding theory would make sense around this behaviour to me anyway, because I've never seen hippos just like stand around like this. Oh, thank you, Mayesh. Okay, so there's one laying down there. And it looks like there is a path up there, but that's quite steep. But yeah, I've never seen hippos just sort of stand up. Why? I'd be laying down.
Join me, Andrew Wistenholm, for an indescribable 6-night stay in the beautiful Albany of the Eastern Cape at Amakhala Game Reserve. Now, this trip is going to be action-packed with a lot of storytelling, adventure, as well as the opportunity to make everlasting memories. We'll be exploring the best of Amakhala by staying at 2 luxury lodges, which will be the perfect blend of comfort as well as wilderness. Book your spot today and let's get ready to explore the wild beauty of Amakhala.
At Wild Earth, we believe every story has the power to create change. That's why we've launched the Wild Earth Impact Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to conservation and social impact. By showcasing conservation stories, we can change lives, protect nature, and empower communities. We have partnered with Empowers Africa to accept tax-deductible donations from US donors. Your donation will help fund critical programs that support our mission. Join us and be part of the change.
This is what they call a shambi, a family, a whole herd of elephants.
But nature is beyond amazing. Nature is just everything.
We'd love to hear from you. Questions, comments about biology, Africa, safari. She's using her tail like a monkey.
Out here, every moment counts. As a Wild Earth explorer, you won't miss a thing. Watch the Wild Earth channel ad-free, 24/7, and rewind if you want to catch something again. Enjoy behind-the-scenes videos, fireside chats, and early access to travel offers. It's the best way to stay connected and be part of the Wild Earth family.
Okay, thank you everyone for your feedback, Catherine as well. Yeah, I believe these hippos have been fed in the past in the dry season, so that they are probably fed. I think I'd still sit down and wait in case some food comes. But they're just like standing there. But it would make complete sense that they have been fed here. That makes more sense as to why they are just sort of hanging around there. Enjoy meeting your friend. Please do come back if you can. If not, we'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. David, there doesn't seem to be running water at the inflow stream today. Catherine's also updated they do pump water from the river. Petrus de Coq, you're asking, do these hippos live in that small pond? To be honest, Petrus, I was just trying to get a bit more information about the area. This is quite a new camera. I think water is pumped from the river into this area, but I'm not sure what sort of size this property is. I am going to definitely try and find out a bit more about this location though, because it's the first time I've been here and I think it is quite a new camera. But that is a lot of hippos all just kind of standing around. David, that's what I thought about those orangey patches as well. That teamed with the behaviour made me ponder whether or not they'd been fed. Mindy, hi. Sorry, I'm really behind on comments. I've been doing... Oh, okay, this gives me a bit more information about the area. So it's not just a small pond, Petrus. It's much bigger than that, which is excellent. But yeah, I think it does seem like that they've been fed there in the past, and they're probably hanging around in case they get a spot of lunch. Mindy, sorry, I'm terribly behind on all these comments today. There's been much pondering around Mr. One Ton giving... oh, look at the tiny one! Look at the little one! There's a little hippo there. Mr. One Ton did just give another elephant a very hefty smack. There has been much debate around who it was and what the outcome was. Elemental, the hippo police told them to freeze. Yeah, they're just like standing there. It's very odd. Oh, Penelope, there's big crocodiles in here as well. This is a very exciting new camera then. I'm very looking forward to seeing some more action here, Wildlife Lady. This is the time the hippos do their meditation. Absolutely. How did I not know that? Darkmane Leather, that you're saying they look in good condition. Teresa, right. You've watched it a few times, mostly laying down. Usually, but they're sleeping or standing or resting standing today. Yeah, I guess they're just having a standing up day. It just feels odd to me. I've never... Look how tiny that hippo is. I've left. There's a smaller one than that. Further over to the left, there's a teeny tiny one. Yeah, look, they're chomping something there. Mindy Tillibut, I just said the same thing. If I was that heavy, I'd certainly be having a sit down. So, okay, we are all learning about this location. We've learnt that hippos meditate. Indeed, baby hippos look like little Tootsie Rolls to me. They are... All baby animals are so super cute, but baby hippos are most definitely up there. Oh, excuse me, I'm just going to have to move my microphone back a little bit, everyone. I've been hunched over my screen trying to look for injuries on elephants, and I get a bit old to sit hunched over for too long these days. Let me just reposition a little bit. Oh wow, Mr. HUAE87. You've seen porcupine there. I do enjoy a porcupine. We don't see enough porcupines in my opinion. Oh, okay, we're settling down now. This is making more sense to me. This seems like a more normal behaviour. They do this, they all sort of flop down and just make a big hippo-shaped platform. Mate, I wonder if there is a collective noun for hippos out of the water. Does anyone know if there's... I know there's sort of the actual structure is pod. If platform isn't a collective noun for hippos laying down, I think it should be. See, this feels more natural to me now. There's one little one, but I thought I saw an even smaller one further over to the left, or was that this one? So cool though that we're getting these new cameras all the time. Look, that little one. Teeny tiny little hippo. Their faces, I find that when they're very, very small, their noses look sort of more pointed to me, and then sort of as they get a bit older, that section at the end sort of expands out and widens. But when they're very small like this, their noses almost look like a little bit pointed. Ah. Baby hippos are so cute. Look at the chunks and things out of these hippos. So this one closest to us, and also across at the back there. I was in Kruger a while ago, whenever it was at, I think it was actually at Orpen Dam, which is nowhere near Orpen Gate, anyone. If anyone's listening and starts to look for Orpen Dam anywhere near Orpen Gate, it's not there. You're in the wrong place. I made that mistake once before. And there was a cow with a small calf, and then I would assume it was her calf from the previous pregnancy. Fairly well-sized hippo. Covered in scars. He was absolutely covered in scratch marks. There was almost more scratch than skin. Ooh, I'm very keen to do this. I'm also glad that these hippos have started lying down now, because they were weirding me out a little bit, or just like standing there. It didn't seem normal to me, but I am very excited to go over and have a look at our cheetah camera. I haven't seen these babies for a little while now, so I would love to go and have a look. Raw is asking, female hippos get on well together? Not bad. They cohabit relatively peacefully. They will be protective of their little ones, but yeah, the females. Oh, there's scuffles all there. Ah, look how big these little cheetahs got! Wow. Okay, so I learned these cheetahs were born 30th and right about the 30th of April. Still suckling. Mum is still doing an excellent job by the looks of it.
South Africa's wild places are closer than you think, because Federal Airlines brings them to you. From the calm of our FedAir lounge to the smooth boarding of our trusted fleet, we take care of the journey so you can enjoy the adventure. Our flights go beyond the ordinary, connecting you to South Africa's most remote and extraordinary locations. Federal Airlines, your gateway to the South African wild.
My full name is Mpho Tikani. I grew up in Soweto. My first animal that I filmed said to dog. Okay, no, it's my first animal that I filmed, I think it was an impala. Best sighting ever, I would say it was actually this year, 2024. But it was at this Cedric when we had Mulwati and TP on a warthog kill. I think we have to cut it.
They have to grow fast to survive. At least here they're safe. As I'm sure everyone has told you, cheetah cubs do have a very high, well, lots of baby things have a very high mortality rate. Lovely to see these little ones safe and fed and fluffy. I still think it's amazing that she gave birth in the open. Highly unusual. Animals are very, very vulnerable, very susceptible to predation or danger when they're giving birth, almost completely incapacitated. Very vulnerable moments for all females, not even just animals. And that she felt relaxed and comfortable enough to give birth out of the enclosed area, in the outside area. It speaks volumes about how she feels about where she lives or where she's staying. I think there's only 2 of these little ones suckling at the moment. Well, I only saw 2. There might be another one sort of squished down there, but maybe the others are resting off in the shade. I'm sure they're starting to explore more, explore their surroundings. They're going to start practicing their hunting skills. Good afternoon, Dion. Thank you so much for sending your message in. I always say thank you to everyone for watching and interacting. It makes it very special for me to be able to be a part of these cameras, but also be a part of everyone else that's watching. So firstly, thank you so much for sending your message in. It's very, very important to my day. You struggle to move around and you're really enjoying the programme. I'm so glad, Dion. We will continue to keep up the good work. We will be back same time, same place tomorrow. We hope you can join. We're not going anywhere yet. You've still got to listen to me for another hour yet, Dion. But yeah, please do continue to join in. You never quite know what's going to turn up on these cameras. And I know I speak for all of the naturalists. We really enjoy everyone getting involved in the conversation. It makes it very special for us. I'd love to know where you stay, Dion. Whereabouts do you live? I think it's so cool that we can connect with people from all over the world. And I love hearing where everyone's from. And Dion, it's so nice. I'm not sure how long you've been joining us for. I hope you continue to do so for a long time to come. But you do get to know some of the animals, obviously, here at HESC, Tammy, in the Endangered Species Centre. But even on the cameras, many animals that we see on these cameras, they do have home ranges. So territoriality is if an area is defended. And some of the animals are territorial as well. But many animals have home ranges. So while they might not be seen every day or even every week, like a old one-ton, you do start getting to know some of the faces when they turn up. You start recognising some of the behaviours. I was very confused by those hippo we saw just now, all just like sort of standing. But maybe that's just what these particular hippos do, and that's their prerogative. I suppose it's one of the best bits about being an animal. You get your resources. As long as you've got your food, your water, your mates, you can do whatever you want, whenever you want to do it. Really, whatever works for you. I respect that. Definitely the way to be. Lovely peaceful scene here. I think they're sort of part suckling, part snoozing. Teresa Wright, you're asking, do I know how old the cubs will be when they get moved to somewhere else? No, I do not. This is all managed by Hoodspray Endangered Species Centre, or HESC. I do not have that information. What's she heard? She's just heard something. Oh, look at that face! There's this little, these little cheetahs, we're not going to know their sex either for quite a while. They will have their DNA taken, at which point their sexes will be determined. I don't know if there's been any guesses as yet. Ah, cat stretch. Look how she's picked that nice spot there in the shade. Jonathan, you're asking, would the cubs be able to eat solids at this stage? They are, I think they're about 7 weeks. I'm sure they were born 30th of April. So whole of May, whole of June, they're coming up to 8 weeks. They often start having a little nibble of solids, sort of 6-8 weeks, somewhere around there. They're going to be at the stage where they're going to gradually start swapping over. So they're probably having nibbles here and there. They won't be fully weaned for a little while yet. That can be anything up to, well, it depends on the environment. How much milk mum's got, how much nutrition mum's got, how much meat's available. But yes, they will be starting to take little nibbles of meat. Jonathan? Mum's still chilling here in the shade. Let's go back to that very interesting camel thorn camera. I think we might have a feathered visitor joined us. And see if any more of our hippos have laid down. That was confusing me immensely. Ah, hello, beautiful. It's only when you look at these beautiful African fish eagles close up you realise just how much brown is on them. Is it going to have a drink? See how much brown is on the top of those wings. There's a little bit down the back of the legs there as well. If you see them from a distance, they look like they're just black and white. You obviously normally see that striking white before you notice anything else. But if the light hits them right, and this is actually quite a nice light on this camera. They've got quite a lot of brown through their feathers as well. So the iconic, what was that? Sounded like a baboon. Iconic African fish eagle, so often mentioned in African poems, and that haunting call of the fish eagle. So they are, clues in the name, fish eagle, they do eat a lot of fish, but they will sometimes take other prey as well. Also known to steal fish off ospreys. Often a good indicator if you hear a fish eagle, it often suggests there is a good water source nearby. So if you're lost in the bush and hear a fish eagle, you can hold out some hope that you might be close to water. It does look like he's thinking about having a drink. I'm curious to see if he is going to take a drink. Theo. That's different. Theo Schultz. Are there any other eagles that will catch fish? Osprey. A very well known fishers. Fishers? It's not the right use of the word, is it? Very well known for fishing. I'm just trying to think of any other eagles. I mean, in theory, if there was fish in a sort of dried up pan, I'm just trying to think if I've ever seen any other eagles eating fish. They've all got talons and they've all got sharp beaks. And at the end of the day, fish is protein. So fish eagles and ospreys are well known for it. I'm just trying to think if I've ever seen another eagle eating a fish. So while other eagles might not be good at catching them, I don't see why other eagles wouldn't eat them if they have the opportunity, to be perfectly honest. You know, many eagles will hunt reptiles and, you know, scales, fish, reptiles, scales. But anyway, that was a ramble, Theo. Apologies. That was my stream of consciousness. Notably, osprey is the more concise answer to that question.
My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently.
What does it take to handle the wild? Balance. Determination. Focus.
Yaku!
And gear that can take a beating so you don't have to.
Hyenas love bathing.
Out here, every wild moment matters, and as a Wild Earth explorer, you won't miss a thing. Watch the Wild Earth channel, ad-free 24/7, where you can even rewind and watch something again. Get access to behind-the-scenes videos, fireside chats, and access to early travel offers. It is the best way to stay connected and be part of the Wild Earth family.
Normally eagles, when they're fishing, will well, kingfishers are different, but they will often sort of fly and then use those massive talons to sort of grab the fish from the surface of the water. Elaine, do birds of prey require a lot of water consumption, or do they get enough moisture from their kills? It depends on what they're eating, Elaine. They do often get quite a lot of water if they're catching nice juicy things. If they're catching, I'm trying to think what they might be catching that's nice and juicy. Small mammals, but you do quite often see eagles drinking as well. I've frequently seen eagles stood next to the water like this, or around puddles drinking. So I guess it depends on what they've been eating. Definitely a couple of crocs sneaking around the edges here. There's some sort of, it's either a thick knee or some sort of lapwing on that back bank there as well. Oh. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm a bit confused in general today. I don't know if this fish eagle's come for a drink or not, because he hasn't had a drink. So maybe he will, maybe he won't. But I do want to go back over to Aldonio. I want to see what's happening with these elephants after the... Oh, he's not... Oh! Wait. Look at that! I've never seen a fish eagle do that. Maybe this is a... He had something in his feet. Is he going to try again? Let's watch. Maybe he is hunting from the bank. This is a very interesting camera, this Camel Thorn farmstead. I've never seen a fish eagle hunting from the bank before. But he had something, he caught something. Now I wonder why. I think this might be a young bird or a juvenile. It takes 4 to 5 years for them to develop their full plumage. So he's developed his full plumage. But maybe he's not very experienced at hunting, or he's looking up. Why is he looking up? That looked like a very fumbled attempt. Sorry, no offence, fish eagle, but you're a fish eagle, and you definitely had what appeared to be a fish in your feet, and you dropped it. Go on, have another go. See, he doesn't really like getting wet. Some birds, some of the kingfishers are very well adapted for water. see how he looks a bit put out by being wet. But that answers the question. It does look like he's trying to hunt from the bank. Let me check my bird app. Maybe they do that and I've just never seen it. Let me see what my bird Bible says. Okay, foraging and food. Okay, so the experts, the real experts, say from a waterside perch, or less often from circling or hovering flight. Specialises in fish caught 15 to 30 millimetres below the surface of the surface water with a graceful sweeping dive, with feet thrown forward to grasp the fish. Yes, that's how I've seen fish equals hunting, not hanging around on the bank, jumping into the water. Mindy, you wonder if an owl would be able to catch a fish? 100%. Pell's fishing owls. Again, the clue's in the name. Therefore, I sort of think logically, if something's got grabbing implements and it needs protein, then things will eat whatever they can, grab. Penelope Kenyon, he missed it. I thought I saw he had something flapping around under his feet. I've never seen a fish eagle hunting from the bank. Is he going to go in again? I just want to stay here a minute longer and see if he tries again. Definitely giving it some serious thought. I think I'd like to, if everyone's okay, I would like to stay here a minute and see if he tries this again. And Penelope, you're saying you saw a croc take a big bird. See, yeah, this fish eagle must be careful. Keep reading here as well while we see what this bird does, whether or not routinely kills fish up to 3 kilograms. Huh, that's interesting. There's also been a recorded case of a fish eagle hovering over a group of coots and then went to attack. All the birds dived and then it took one when they resurfaced. Wow, sneaky. These birds have been known to steal prey from various other raptors, including ducklings from marsh harriers and snakes from marshall. Wow, taking snakes from marshall eagles and battaliers. I'm finding this. Anyone that's just joined us, hi. I realise we've been watching a bird stood on the edge of a pond for quite a long time, but this fish eagle just tried to hunt a fish from the bank. Which look! They're flapping around in there. Those fish. Harriet Hodgins, thank you, Kelly, for your enthusiasm, keeping my energy levels going as you're working. This is just fascinating me today. Anyone that's just joined us, we've been watching this fish eagle for a while, and he just not even very eagle-likely. He just sort of jumped off the bank and on top of a fish. He like pounced. Can eagles pounce? It wasn't a swoop. It was a like jumping pounce. Look. He's looking. If anyone that is listening has ever watched a fish eagle hunt from the edge of water like this, please do send in your knowledge. Please send it in to wildearth.tv/questions or scan your QR code, because I've never seen a fish eagle hunting using this style of hunting. I tell you what, it could be. There's no trees next to this pond. I mean, it looks like there's a bit of a cliff there. He could stand up on the... Because typically, you see fish eagles sat in trees next to water. They sit in the perch for ages and ages and ages. Suddenly, they'll dive off their perch, swoop along the water, grab a fish. And that's how they hunt. But if there's... I don't know this area well. I don't know if there's lots of dams or pans. Maybe this... fish eagle has adapted to hunt from the edge. If there's good fish in here and no trees to perch in, then maybe we are watching evolution happening in front of our eyes. What's the phrase? Adapt and... See, no, look, that tree up there is perfect. That I was going to say that green one. Looks like a fig or something on the edge of that. Growing out that cliff there. The sort of round green one that's swaying in the wind. If I was a fish eagle, I'd be sitting up there. But maybe it's not quite right. What do I know about fish eagle requirements for hunting? Okay, I think maybe it might be time. See, this is what we always do as guides. When I was guiding full time, you sit and watch something for ages and ages, and then you sort of go, maybe it's not going to happen, and then you carry on, and then 2 seconds later, the thing you were waiting to happen happens. But I think let's go back across to El Doño if we can. FC, I was fascinated by those elephant interactions earlier. If someone could keep half an eye on this camera. And let us know if this fish eagle does try this again. It would be great. But he has been sitting there for quite a long time now. Okay, let's see who is still here. I also wanted to have a look and see if there if this floppy cartilage bull is still present. Oh, sorry, we lost that feed there. We've moved across to Tembe Elephant Park with some more elephants for you. And some, looks like some little Nyala come down for a drink. You see, this time of year, people often ask when's the best time to come on safari, and I don't know East Africa at all, if I'm honest. I've spent most of my career around either Medikwe or around the Lowveld, around the Greater Kruger area. And these dry seasons, while the warnings are cool on game drive, you do need to snuggle up warm. Still not as cold as Joburg. I can't remember your name earlier. Oxpecker Man. I can't remember what your proper name was. The 17 degrees in Joburg, so it is warmer here than that, but it is fresh in the mornings on game drive. But this dry season does sometimes produce some amazing sightings. And you see, every pan we've been to, there's been more than one species at that pan at a time. Whereas in the rainy season, there's lots of groundwater. There's water all over the place. There's puddles, and it does spread the animals out. No, that Nyala's had enough. No, thank you. I think I haven't been here for a while. I'm just looking. Are those little muddy puddles still there for the elephants to splash in, or is they also dried up? Is it a... God, I really need to get a computer with higher resolution screen. Is that a crocodile? No. At the bottom of that palm. I thought maybe that was a crocodile, but maybe it doesn't look quite right. It might be elephant poop.
Katika mwanga wa mwezi kivuli hutembea, mrembo mweusi anayepotea. Macho yake ni taa, gizani huwaka, fuvu la msitu, malkia anayejificha.
The Wild Earth Impact Foundation is a non-profit that uses the power of wildlife storytelling as a force for good. We create sustainable development projects that showcase conservation stories, empower people, and inspire environmental action. As a registered South African PBO, you can make a tax-deductible donation to the Wild Earth Impact Foundation. To find out more, visit our website.
My full name is Emojis. Best part of my job is coming to see nature. Worst part of my job is logging. That's the worst thing ever, because you have to log amount of footage. You sit in front of that computer. And yeah, you think of deleting the footage, but no, they need the footage. If I want a camel, probably a soccer player. I know some people don't believe me, but I'm very good, I'm very fast.
Step into the heart of Africa from the comfort of your home.
Female leopard tracks over here.
Join our expert guides for a live 3-hour safari where every moment is real, unscripted, and unforgettable. Ask questions.
Animals rely on their senses.
Share your thoughts and be part of the experience as we explore together. Safari Live. Safari, wine, and waterfalls. The ultimate African adventure. Sip South Africa's finest wines. Experience a world-class safari among Africa's iconic wildlife. And stand in front of Victoria Falls, one of the natural wonders of the world. All this can be yours with Wild Earth Travel, where Africa comes alive.
The bush is no different to, well, it's no different to learning anything else. It's like learning a language. If you don't exercise that information on a very regular basis. But it's part of the joy of it for me, really, is I used to spend a lot of time, I'd spend a summer working on flowers. And then by the end of the summer, I was really good at all the flowers in my area of operation. And then it would be winter and all the flowers would go. And then the summer would come again and I had forgotten them all again. So you have to go away and re-practice everything. But that's the beauty, I think, of you never stop learning in nature. There's always something more to know. Yeah, it looks like those little mud pans have dried up now since I've been gone. I was watching them rapidly dropping. So no more paddling pools for these guys for now. But still plenty of water available here for these animals in Tembe. It's looking quite windy here in Tembe as well. We've certainly had a lot of wind where I am, and this one of the problems with this time of year. The risk of fire is quite real, even more so as it gets towards the end of the winter when those thunderstorms start to build. Lightning will sometimes create fire. I've actually just bought 2 fire extinguishers. Very, very real risk in these bush areas. Everything is very dry, and that wind that often picks up in the dry season literally adds fans the fires. If they do start, it can be absolutely devastating in some areas. Grant, you're asking, would elephants survive in a desert as they depend so much on water? Unless I'm wrong, there are desert elephants. I'm feeling like it might be Namibia, but don't quote me on it. Animals develop, they need water, but water requirements can adjust depending on how an animal has adapted to an area. But true desert like camels, no. But I'm fairly sure there are elephants that have adapted to an extent that I think it's Namibia and possibly the Sahara, I'm not sure. So they can adapt to needing less wood. If you put these elephants in the, if you move these two elephants here and put them in the desert, then no. See, these are much more sedate, less terrifying interactions than we got at the start of the show. If anyone has just joined us, or you're late to the party, I would strongly recommend having a re-watch at the start of the show. FC, if you could remind me when that happened. It was quite early on. But yeah, there was a 1 ton, very nearly skewered another very big elephant in a intense interaction. I would definitely go back and have a watch. Sugar bits. How many muscles does it take for an elephant to flap its ears? Off the top of my head, sugar bits, I don't know. Again, without going back and revising, I'm not gonna tell you lies. I could sort of look it up, but off the top of my head, I don't know. I don't know how many ear muscles an elephant has off the top of my head. I would assume most of them sort of run down the sort of almost the join between the ear and the side of the head. I don't think there would be any muscles particularly in the sort of outer sides, because they can't move them, you know, they flap from the inside and the rest of the ear follows. I'm intently watching that elephant flap its ear now. Sugar bits, off the top of my head, I don't know.
Now this leopard that we're looking at is known by the name of Hlalamba.
If you love watching Wild Earth, here's a little tip. Become a member. You can gain access to the channel ad-free, you can rewind and rewatch sightings, and you can join our Tuesday live safaris. There's also behind the scenes videos, fireside chats, and every Safari Live episode, whenever you want it. It's just a better way to stay connected to nature.
I would like to pop before we finish to see what's happening there at Aldonio. I think old One Ton has been around there a couple of times recently, so maybe he has been off on manoeuvres. Like I said, home. Wow, that is a lot of zebras as well. You see these dry seasons, they. Let me turn that down a bit. That is a bit of a kerfuffle there. And some of those zebras are going deep into that water hay, but the ones at the back must be quite put out because everyone's jumped in there now. It's going to be all churned up, and the animals need to, again, same as the adaptations of, oh, zebra, be nice. This Aldonio is a bit violent here today. This is the most zebra I've ever seen here. They're fighting to get into that water. And they're very vocal with it as well, but they're, you know, those elephants, unusually, the elephant on the far left is resting his trunk there. They're sharing quite nicely for a change. As we know, elephants can often get a bit funny about sharing of water. Okay, someone's had enough. So I'm definitely going to have a close eye on Mr. Floppier now. We have had it confirmed that it was Mr. Floppier that shame, these zebras must be really thirsty. That is Floppier. That's him. He's the one that caused all the arguments earlier. Mindy, you're also saying biggest herd of zebra you've seen here as well. Cecile, a real dazzle. Hans, does the stallion send a signal for the harem to move on? I'm trying to work out what's going on here. This looks like a really big group of zebras to me. It depends on what season it is, Hans. Small zebra herds are led normally by a stallion, but I'm not sure what's this is a really big group. I'm not sure how much other water is in this area. It will depend sometimes how possessive he is if the females are in estrus. He could give a sign that it's time to move on, but I don't feel like this is a very, very big group of zebra to be a single unit. I feel like there might be more than one here, but I'm not sure. I can't even work out who is who in here, and that is exactly how zebras do it with predators. I can't even pick a single zebra out of this group. I'm actually surprised at how persistent these zebras are into drinking this water with those big elephants there. I mean, if one of them got a bit, if one of those elephants chases zebra, it looks like they might have had enough now. Wildlife Lady, I've enjoyed today's show as well. Thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for your participation, as always. Penelope Kenyon. It has. It's been an interesting one today. I've been left still a little bit bemused by those hippos just sort of standing there, and I'm going to go back and try and find out if that fish eagle was indeed fishing from the bank like a fisherman. Never say never. We've only got a couple of minutes left, but yeah, I strongly recommend anyone. This elephant on the right here, of this 3, if you go to maybe, I think it was 15 minutes into the start of the show, have a look at the interaction between this elephant with a floppy ear and Mr. 1 ton. Pretty spectacular. At my age, it's an absolute pleasure. It has indeed been a very exciting afternoon this afternoon. Oh, no. Final zebra says no. Enough. I am out of here. But yeah, this floppy-eared elephant is going to be one to watch, I think, here at Aldonio. As always, thank you all so much for all of your comments. Sorry if I missed anyone. It all got a bit hectic earlier, so I apologise if you sent anything through that I missed. It's been an absolute pleasure being here with everyone over the last couple of hours. I am back again tomorrow. I would love it if you could join me for more fun on these waterhole cameras. We've got some guinea fowl coming in. But yeah, wonders never cease to amaze me. As we always say, you never quite know what could be just around the corner. Lovely being able to sit and observe these amazing animals in their natural environment without disturbing them in any way, shape or form. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there. And I look forward to joining you all again same time tomorrow. Take care.
Welcome to Safari Spotlight. We're heading on a journey through some of South Africa's loveliest nature havens. We'll discover some interesting fauna and flora while being astounded by Africa's beauty. Our locations are unique and diverse, with jaw-dropping landscapes and fascinating wildlife. At the cutting edge of conservation and ecotourism, if you like what you see on Safari Spotlight, you can visit these wild and special places. We'll send you on a